Jon here with All Miniatures Great and Small, and today I've got Jake in the studio, and we're going to be playing some more Flames of War. This time we wanted to accomplish a few things. We wanted to play a late war game. We wanted to play on the new Frontline Gaming Bocage map, and Jake wanted to play his British. So we put some lists together and we decided to throw down on the map. We're not very historical though. Your list is out of Nachtjäger, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which is a very late war book.
Yes.
And my German list, I just had a very limited selection of models to pick from today, is from the Atlantic Wall book. So very early late war, if you will. But it's Panzers and Panzer IVs and Panthers, so it's nothing too crazy. And we're going to be playing counterattack as our mission. We haven't rolled to see who's going to be the attacker yet, but we'll see. So this is the first time we're going to be playing in like a bocage heavy table in version 4. Now in version 3, bocage was kind of a nightmare. It wasn't just a bog check. It was harder to cross.
It was brutal.
And it helped if tanks had what are those? Hedgerow cutters and things like that. In version 4, bocage is treated as tall hedges, so tanks are hidden behind them. But it is just a cross check, and it is bulletproof cover for infantry if they're up against them.
Okay.
And the other big thing with bocage, or hedgerows in particular in version 4, that's different than the previous version is you don't have to be touching the hedgerow to shoot through it. You could be up to 2 inches away from it and count as being up against it, which will make it kind of interesting. We'll see how that plays out, if it makes it more confusing or
Yeah, it'll be a little weird.
It is. So yeah, you can be 2 inches away from the hedge but still shoot out of it. So we'll see how that works. But otherwise, that's it. You have any predictions with your British going up against this German list?
I'm not sure. I want to say I have a slight advantage just because of the fearless veteran infantry in bocage. But having 2 formations, right, there's not much in each. So if you just focus down on one, I think one could get out pretty quick, followed by the second.
Yeah, I think though in bocage it'll be easy to hide a formation if you want to.
I hope so.
So we'll see. And I'm really only I only really have 4 units in my list, so
Yeah.
we'll see how it goes. So this is not a competitive game in any stretch of the imagination. Unlike our last game where we had our tournament lists, this is more just for fun and to kind of throw it on a cool table and see how it plays.
Yeah, my 3 comets are like, I think 480 points or something like that.
Well, my 3 Panthers are 540.
Yeah, it'll be funny there. It's whoever gets that first shot gets it.
Yeah, that's true. At least I have a chance to bounce your Comet, right? What are they, 18, 15?
I think it's 14 or 15, I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah. The Panthers front armor 10, so maybe.
Yeah, we'll see.
So we'll see how it goes. All right, so there you go, guys. We're going to go ahead and show the armies, then get started with the mission.
Okay, so here we have my British list. This list is composed of 2 formations. So the first formation in the front is an SAS squadron. So in the HQ, we have 3 jeeps. Those are the ones right in front of the comets. Our leaders are all designated with the ones with the 50 cals on them. Unfortunately, I didn't have time to paint up any of the infantry, so they're all ghost jeeps. And then in the divisional support, we have a Cromwell platoon on the left side. And then next to them are 3 comets. And I'm really excited to use the comets. They're my favorite tank, so we'll see how they do. In my second formation, our HQ is off to the right. We have the platoon, or the company commander, and the 2 IC. And then 2 platoons of infantry. They are 9 stand strong, so 6 infantry, 1 mortar, and 1 Piat each. And that list comes to 1,515 points.
All right, here's my German list from Atlantic Wall. This is the 9th Division, I believe, Panzer Company. I've got in my HQ 2 Panther A's. My whole formation is confident veteran, but 2 Panther A's in my HQ, 1 platoon of 3 Panther A's, and then one platoon of 4 Panzer 4Hs. And then we have a Panzer Grenadier platoon riding in their half-tracks. Those are all MG teams to hopefully either defend an objective or be able to counter some of Jake's many infantry teams. So that is my 1,515 points of German Panzer Company. Okay, so the very first thing we need to do in counterattack is to see who's going to be the attacker. Is it going to be the Germans or the British? We roll off, and looks like the British will be attacking. Okay, so we are down for counterattack. The way that this works is the Germans are defending. 40% of my force is off the table, which unfortunately is 2 of my platoons. So I've got some Panthers and my infantry off the table. I've got Panzer IVs on the table, and I've got Panthers in ambush. I took this corner, back up a little bit so you can see that. I've got this corner here, and I placed this objective in my deployment zone. Jake placed this objective right there, and his deployment zone is this square right here. Now he's lined up here. These guys are probably going to make a dash that direction, and then he spearheaded his jeeps and got his comets and infantry over there. Just some things to note, my reserves are going to be coming in on that corner, and I start rolling for reserves on turn 1. It's immediate reserves, and I do have an ambush, but I'm very thin on the ground. I only have 4 models on the table going into turn 1.
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting thing going on here, because it's like I want to push forward, but there's an ambush waiting for me here, and then depending on how lucky you're going to get, I don't know exactly what's going to come over here.
Yep, I could come in behind you on turn 1.
Yeah, so that's what my thinking right here with these paras is, to my first turn just to kind of hold this line, basically, and kind of slow you down so my tanks can move forward.
And just to point out, you can't win until turn 6,
Yes.
so it's not like Jake can drive some jeeps on here and claim it on turn 1 and it's game over. He can park guys on there, he can dig in, but you don't win until turn 6 at the soonest. Alright, so on to turn 1 for the British.
Okay, so to recap turn 1 for the British, we finished moving around here trying to box in reserves. We moved our jeeps a little bit forward, our comets moved tentatively forward. Over there, our Cromwells blitzed and got behind there, not touching the hedgerow so they can't be seen. And these paras moved up behind them.
And just to clarify about the bocage and how we're playing it, since this is tall terrain, for the purposes of this game, we're ruling that you have to be up against it to be seen by the other side and to shoot through it. So that's how bocage is going to work. So he is not touching it, so he cannot be seen from that side unless someone is touching that side. Alright, so that's it. No shooting?
Correct.
Alright, so on to German. Turn 1. Alright, starting German turn 1. Perhaps the most important roll of the game. 1 die for immediate reserves. Let's see if we get that 5+. Are we springing a trap on these British as they push through the bocage? Or are we caught off guard? Yay! Okay, so that's the end of the German movement phase. These guys stay put. They actually failed a blitz, so they're not moving forward. And then over there I brought in my half-tracks to see if we can do some damage to that is that a para-platoon? Air-landing platoon.
Yep.
Over there, and I did not pop my ambush yet. I want Jake to be a little worried about where those Panthers are going to show up. So, on to German shooting. Alright, these half-tracks are all firing. It's 12 machine gun shots. You're out in the open, you move, so just hitting you on 4s because you are veteran. So let's see what we can do here. It's slightly above average, and we'll go ahead and assign these hits like so, Jake. If you want to, you can swap if it's outside of 4. So you could swap. Well, I guess you couldn't swap to a team that can't be seen.
I'm gonna swap this one to right here.
Okay. Okay.
Is it a 4 or a 3?
It's a 3. Yeah.
It's a 3? Okay.
All right. So those are your saves if you want to go ahead and make them.
So I'll just go down. So he's dead. He's dead. Hey, he's alive. Good.
Oh.
And good.
All right.
So these two are down.
All right, so assault phase, I didn't have any more shooting. I was able to get 3 half-tracks into base contact with these fellows. He could not, so he is out. Jake has defensive fire. He's got a Piat here. They are pinned. I am veteran, so he's hitting me on a 5.
Here we go. Nope.
All right, and then these are the ones that have teams in it using the mounted assault special rule. Basically, the teams inside the half-track get to swing as well. So I got a lot of dice coming at you, Jake.
So which stand is taking 6?
I think what we're going to do, so these are the only 2 that we can assign hits to. So we're going to do 6 on this one and 4 on this one.
3 on that one?
Oh yeah. So he's most definitely, oh, did I roll too many dice?
Yes.
But I
he's
think
dead.
he's dead anyway. And then 3 on this other guy. Sorry about that. Oh, he lives!
Woohoo!
That's amazing. So this guy dies.
Yeah, that one guy got slaughtered.
So next up, Jake has a 3 up to counterattack because he is fearless. So he can counterattack or choose to break off. That's up to him.
I'm choosing to counterattack.
Okay.
Okay, so here we go. This team is going to hit the half track. He does.
And he's hitting me on 3s because he is a veteran.
Yes. The Piat's going to go for a hit.
He needs a 4 because he's a small base team.
He misses anyway. And then the commander needs a 3. And he hits.
All right, and then they have
Gammon bombs. Yep, so AT3.
Okay, and I think it's my side. I forget if it's 0 or 1, but let's see if it matters. It won't matter for him, so that's going to be a firepower check, and it might matter for him. So we'll go check what my side armor is and be right back. All right, so this guy is destroyed, and the infantry teams in it are dead as well. I didn't realize that assaulting, but hey, we learned by doing. And this guy is bailed out, so he's not going to be assaulting. So next up, I need to roll to counter attack, which I do. So Jake's putting the bail down marker. I'm already touching there. So there's still 2 guys in that particular half track, so that's going to be 3 swings. Need to do a little bit better here. And we get 3 kills. Let's see if...
That's just everyone.
Yeah. So that's everybody there. And then we'll come back to see if Jake has a counterattack option or not. I'm not sure. And then we are consolidating like this. This was my command half track, so he's jumping to that one in the middle. And then that's it for assault, and that's it for German turn 1 going into British turn 2.
Alright, so these guys are going to unpin on a 3-up. They do.
Yay for them.
Okay, so for my movement, our Jeeps all pulled back to this line. Our Comets had to pull back to take care of the leftover half tracks. These Jeeps failed driving through Bocage, as they should. And all this infantry rallied and is moving in for the kill.
Alright.
On this side, we're gonna get a few shots, maybe 3 shots on this Panzer IV back here, but it's gonna
With
be
these Cromwells?
Yeah,
Yep.
but that's the best we can really do with them. And we're gonna push our infantry up because for this formation, I'm actually pretty close to breaking, so I'm assuming these guys are only gonna last 1 turn, so I might as well do something with the infantry while they're still around.
Alright, sounds good. On to shooting. British turn 2.
Alright, so we got 2 shots needing 6s to hit this Panzer IV because it's concealed and gone to ground. So we got 1, and then 1 needing a 4+ because he's in the open. And got him. So 2 hits.
And that's the only one you can see, so both have to go to him, and I can't swap. So I've got front armor 6, you're anything 10, so I need 4 or higher. So 1 firepower test.
And a 3+. Got him. Okay, so here we have, we're going to do 2 Comet shots here, and 1 aiming at this guy, so we all get open shots, basically.
Okay.
So the 2 going here.
2 misses.
And the 1 going over there. Ah, all missed.
Wow, those comets are scary. Alright, so Jake is assaulting here. He's got 3 teams that are assaulting this bailed out half track. I will get defensive fire from one of my tracks, which they do have a hull and an AA, so it's going to be 4 shots of defensive fire, needing 5s because I'm shooting through the hedge trying to hit Jake. So let's see some 5s here. And we got 1. 1's off the table. Let's try that again. Nope, just 1. So we're going to go ahead and put it there.
So 3 up save.
He's good. Alright, so you get 3 swings on my bailed out half track.
Yes, sir. So they're all the same type of team.
Alright.
So hitting on 3s. 1 hit.
Alright, so let's see. You have gammon bombs, which are anti-tank 3, versus my top armor 0. I need a 4, which I do. And then, can I counterattack? I can. Now I'm going to check. I'll be right back to see if I want to counterattack. Alright, so he is within 4 of the edge, and we're counting these as being in contact when it's across a hedge like that. He still has his passengers inside, so let's see what we can get as far as hitting on 3s. So we got 2 of those guys dead, Jake. And then if you want to roll to counterattack.
Yep. So 3 up.
You
Good.
can.
And then hitting the half track.
Okay, and a 3.
Ah.
Yeah. Alright, and then can I counterattack back?
Yay.
No,
You fail.
I fail. Yep. So I think I have to break off. And that means my half track with those guys dies. Alright, so here's Jake's second charge of the turn. He managed to get 5 teams into contact with my tanks, or in contact with someone who is in contact with the tank. So, but first, we got some defensive fire here. We've got 12 machine gun shots from those Panzer IVs, hitting on 4s. I need 5 of these to repulse the assault. Otherwise, it might hurt. Oh, Jake, you got lucky. Only 4 hits.
Oh, man.
Now, I'll assign it on... none of these guys are special, right? They're all
Yeah, they're
gammon
just
bombs.
all normal.
Alright, so we'll do
Doesn't really matter.
the 4 around. If you just want to roll 4, I don't
Yeah, I'll
care.
just roll 4.
And then you pull whoever you want.
1 dead.
1 dead.
Take this guy.
And that'll give you 4 swings back.
So we'll switch. Take the guy that's off the... Alright, yeah, 4 swings. And they're all close enough that they could be really any tank.
Okay. And you're hitting on 3s.
Yep, so just 1 miss, so 3 hits.
1 hit for each active tank. That makes it quite simple. Top armor 1 versus your gammon bombs of 3.
Yep, so don't roll 1s.
So I don't want 1s or 2s.
Yes.
This guy bounces. This guy bounces.
Come on, give me 1.
This guy
Bailed.
bailed. Can I counterattack? No. So you claim another tank, and these guys are going to break off. Alright, so wrapping up the turn. Over here, I had to pull back my 2 Panzer IVs that survived. Jake kind of consolidated into that building, and along the hedgerow they fell back to get bulletproof cover. Over there, you did kill a half track full of guys. I only have, I think, 4 guys left, plus my 2 half tracks. But on the German turn 2, so let's see if we can get more reserves in. Maybe pop that ambush. German, since it's turn 2, I get 2 dice for reserves. Looking for 5 ups. Oh. Alright, recapping movement. My infantry got out of their half tracks. We're looking to put machine gun shots into the surviving British paras. And then over here, the Panzer IVs fell back to cover that objective. And I did pop my ambush. These Panthers hopefully will take out these Cromwells. So we'll see what happens in German shooting turn 2. All right, we'll start here with the heavy hitters. We've got 3 Panthers firing at 4 Cromwells. These 2 guys can see him out in the open, so these are going to just need 4s to hit because he's veteran. He is shooting and is concealed shot here, so needing 5s. All right, so let's see what we can get here. Looking for some 4s. We got 1 hit so far. And then we are looking for some 5s. Oh, these dice are just cold today. All right, so we're going to put them on this guy in the end. Do you want to try to swap?
No.
All right. Front armor 6 versus AT 14. You can't stop it. So 3 up firepower. He is bailed out.
Oh.
All right, those Panzer 4s are going to try to pick up the slack. Fire 2 shots here at this guy, needing 6s. Here, are you ready for 2 6s?
Oh yeah.
So it's going to be 6 shots from those 3 MG stands at those guys. And this is going to be out in the open. Hitting on 4s. There we go. We got 5 hits on these guys. They need to teach my Panthers how to shoot. So we're going to put 3 shots or 3 hits on your company commander and 2 hits on your 2IC.
Okay.
Oh, and then sorry,
2 over there.
just to resolve the platoon as a whole, this guy is firing at the survivor of the air landing platoon. They're both touching, so in essence they can see each other, but you do get bulletproof cover. But I miss you anyway, so that doesn't really matter. All right, so you've got some saves to make there.
So 3 on this guy.
Yep.
So he's dead 3
Oh.
times. And then 2 on the 2IC. And he's alive.
All right. So you need to roll a 3 up for your company commander to survive.
To swap to someone else, right?
Yeah. No,
Nope.
he is dead.
He's dead. That's rough.
Next up, the half-track platoon is going to be firing at the surviving 2IC. They're moved so that they could see him out in the open. So we're just hitting him on 4s. So there you go, Jamie.
I feel confident.
5 saves there.
Watch this.
Almost.
I failed 1.
Almost. So the 2IC drops. That makes it very interesting. All right, so the end of my shooting phase. I don't have any assaults, but I am going to try to shoot and scoot with these guys. So they are successful on a 3 up. They shooted and scooted. All right, and those guys just scooted back 4 inches to hopefully make it a little bit harder if these guys want to assault them, and make the Cromwells move if they want to shoot. So on to British turn 3. All right, British turn 3. Jake has a very important role to make.
Alright, so this one's a big deal. I'm really sad my commander didn't swap, because I would have just swapped to him and he'd be fine.
Yep.
But we got a 3 up, otherwise that whole platoon is gone.
Yeah, so this is a formation check, or sorry, a unit check, but if they fail, your formation will fail.
Exactly.
So you need a 3 up here.
Whew, that was
All right.
terrifying.
Sticks around.
Look, they're even on the roads and everything over there.
All right, Jake's going to try to bail back in on what are these guys?
We have protected ammo, so it's a 3+,
Okay.
or is it a reroll?
I believe it's just a 3+.
Okay.
Or it's 1 better.
That's a shame.
So he stays bailed out.
Okay, so for my movement, our Jeeps stayed still right here. Comet stayed still. We moved over these Jeeps just so he can't deploy right in this area, so I'm going to try to slow down the Panthers coming on to give these Comets kind of time to run away. Our lone platoon leader's back there hiding behind the bulletproof cover. And then over here, our airborne are charging in because it might be the last turn they're here, so we got to move now. The Cromwells are staying put to return fire on these guys. Because they have semi-indirect fire, I have a good chance at
You might need to
destroying one.
make yourself a gap there.
Okay.
But, yeah. All right, so on to shooting. British turn 4? No, 3.
Alright, so first up, our command unit of Jeeps is shooting at the infantry here.
Okay.
So we have 8, 9, 10, 11 shots. I'm just going to roll the 50 cal in here because it doesn't really matter right now for its firepower. And we're hitting you on 4s. We'll do 2, 2, 2, and 1.
All right. We'll go ahead and let's see some 3-ups here. Oh, he's dead. Next guy. He's good. Next guy. He's dead. And last guy. Whoop. Oh, he's dead. So that leaves just one stand, and we'll replace him with the commander.
All right, rinse and repeat. These 3 onto that lone commander. Missed 5 that time, so you have 6 saves.
All right, here we go. 6 saves. Ready to be amazed.
He's dead 3 times.
Oh. Ugh.
All right, and 6 shots from the comets into the half tracks. So we're going to do 2 right here.
You can do all on him in an open and just roll them all together.
Okay. 4s. Yay, we hit.
All right.
So we'll do 2 on this one and 1 right here.
Well, it goes straight to firepower.
3 plus. Ah, double bailed. This guy. Ah, bailed. These
All right,
comets
so
are
I got
the
a
worst.
double bail, so I need a 4-up to stay. No. So he does, he is destroyed, leaving me with 1 half track.
Bailed out.
1 bailed out half track.
Alright, so my Cromwells are returning fire at these Panzer IVs. So basically, 2 of my Cromwells, 1 can only see him, 1 can only see him, and the middle one can see either of them. So we'll do the guy that can only see this one. 2 hits. Yeah, 2 hits, because I need 5s.
I need 6s.
Oh, 6s, yeah, you're right.
Long range concealed, but you get to re-roll.
Yep, semi-indirect, so nope. 2 on... I guess we'll do the 2 additional on him. And re-roll. And then 2 shots on the other guy. And re-roll. Ooh. So we got 2 and 2.
All right, so it's some very nice shooting. It's my front armor of 6 goes to 7 for range, so I need a 3 or higher. So this is the guy on my right. Possible bail.
We'll just roll that real quick. Nope,
He's fine. And then this guy on my left. He's good.
Fine.
He bounces.
Even with all that luck.
Okay, Jake is assaulting my Panthers this turn. You managed to only get 3 into base contact. Only 2 of my Panthers can shoot in defensive fire. So I'm hitting him on 4s. I need 5 of these. I'm kind of due. I really stunk my last defensive fire. So let's see if we can repulse this. Nope. But we got 4 hits again.
That's enough to kill them all.
So we will put 2 on the guy in the back and 1 on each one in the front.
Okay. So this one right here, he's good. This one, also good. And then the 2 on the back, he's dead.
And then you get 2 swings at me, hitting on 3s.
Yeah, so I'm hitting this guy, hits him, and this guy hits him. So 1 for each.
All right.
Roll some 1s.
Then we've got this guy here. He bounces it, and this guy here. He bounces it. Then we're going to motivate, which
Dang
we
it.
do.
This isn't going well.
And well, let's measure that, but I think I can get 4 within that hedge.
Well, I'm not touching the wall.
All right, so he can't get to within 4 and base contact, so I just have 2 tanks swinging, hitting on 3s.
Please fail. Yes!
All right, so motivate back.
Motivate back.
You
We do.
All right, 2 swings.
This guy hits him, and the other guy misses. So just 1.
There's just 1 save here on my left. Whoa, he's good.
Ah.
And then we're going to try
Your
to counter
4 up.
4 up to come back. We do.
Yeah,
And
2
we
strikes
will.
again.
2 strikes again. Maybe I'll do them 1 at a time. So, guy on the left. Yes, guy on the right. There we go. That's the trick. So those 2 are dead. you have no one that's within 4, so the assault automatically is over at that point.
Yep.
Then with the consolidation, the British fell back, and these guys moved back up to the hedges, their original position, so that they can take another swing at those Cromwells. Maybe do a little bit better
That'll
than
probably
last
kill
time.
him.
Well, I thought so last turn. All right, so that is it for British turn 3. So on to German turn 3. Okay, first up over there, that half-track needs to bail back in on a 4-up. No. And then formation check for that half-track. Does it stick around on a 4-up? No, it is gone. So that's another destroyed half-track, and they're not part of my core formation, so I'm not too worried about them. They fulfilled their purpose in life. Okay, recapping German movement. We stayed put there because we either want to put shots downrange into these guys or machine gun the infantry that's out in the open. Those guys are staying put for full rate of fire over here. And over there, my company HQ unit drove up. They bumped up against the hedge so that they can shoot down into those comets. So hopefully it's only 2 shots, but maybe I get lucky and knock a couple out. So that's it, on to German shooting. Alright, first up, just to clarify, he did move up a little bit so that he can shoot at this guy out in the open. These 2 guys did not move this turn, so it's 4 shots. 1 shot here. Everyone is hitting on 4, so I'll just roll them all together. They're all targeting this tank and can splash out from there. If I can do better than I did last time. Should I roll these one at a time, Jake, or all at once?
All of them.
Okay, here we go. All at once. Looking for some 4s.
Oh, actually, no. You should roll them one at a time.
No, they're all going at the same target.
Okay.
So they can splash after they hit. Well, that's a little bit better.
That's a lot better. A little bit better.
And sorry, 1 fell off the table. So that's 3 hits. So 1 has to go on the bailed out tank because that was my target. And then I'm going to go the 2 tanks on the edge like that. I believe you're outside of 8, Jake, so you can try to swap if you want.
Okay. I'll just leave it.
Okay. And then it's 6 versus 14, so you can't stop it. So we got a 3-up firepower here. He's bailed out again. And then this guy is destroyed. And then this guy is destroyed. So
Morale
give
check
us a
for
morale
this guy.
check. He's a 4-up or 3-up?
4-up. And
not-
he's gone.
All right,
So
they're-
1 left.
They're down to 1, which was good. So over here, my Panzer IVs are going to fire into the infantry. I'm not too worried about the Cromwells anymore. So that's going to be 8 machine gun shots. All right, grabbing some dice there. 8 machine gun shots into the British air landing platoon from the Panzer IVs. Sorry, Panzer IVs. All right, looking for 4s. And we got 4. Perfectly average. So I think you have. We'll do these 4
that you
up
can
in the
see.
front. Yeah, because I don't think I can see him in the back here.
This guy. This guy. This one in the middle.
Good.
One in the back. Good.
Nice. All right, so they remain a threat
Maybe, if he doesn't run away.
if he doesn't run away. So, all right, next up, these 2 Panthers are firing down the road at that open comet right there. We're actually going to target. We're going to target the one in the middle. No, we're going to target the one.
Yeah, if you target the one in the middle, I'm definitely going to get cover.
Well, no, you don't give cover to yourself. We'll target this guy closest
No,
guy.
I know that, but just like from
All
where
right,
you are.
hitting on 4s. We got 1.
Firepower.
So I'm putting it there. Do you want to try to swap it?
No, it's fine.
Okay. Firepower 3 up. We got him. Okay, recapping a very productive German turn. My company commander 2IC came on, blew up a very expensive Comet. I did lose my last half-track over there to morale, but that's okay. And then over here, the Panthers redeemed themselves after last turn's abysmal shooting by managing to knock out 3 of the Cromwells. Panzer IVs whiffed against the Paras, or not Paras, air landing platoon, but we'll see if Jake is able to capitalize on that misadventure. So otherwise, on to British, turn 4.
Alright, see if these guys unpin. They do.
Alright.
And see if they even stick around at all.
Alright, so this guy needs to stick around on 3 up. He does. One more turn. So that keeps the other air landing platoon in the game. And then British, oh no, over here, you need a morale check for this last Cromwell.
Yep, on a 4 up.
He stays around too.
Alright, and for the airborne, they just moved up, trying to charge these guys again.
Okay.
Okay, so we have over here, the Comets moved around. I didn't blitz at all because I didn't want to fail. So one of our tanks moved, one of them didn't, shooting back at these guys. Jeeps moved a little bit over here. This is the command unit, so they're staying close in case we need to do rerolls here.
Okay.
These guys moved up onto the objective. They tried to go over it, but all 3 of them failed going through the bocage. Over on this side, I failed a blitz with my
Cromwell here.
Cromwell. Not like he was going to do much anyway, so I didn't even know what to do with him, so I just moved him up.
He's on borrowed time right now anyway.
Yes. Oh, and I just realized I forgot to move the airborne, so let me do that. Alright, the Cromwell is going to put a smoke round into this guy. So 1 shot, misses.
Okay.
And then we have 1 Piat is shooting into the side right here, needing a 5. No. Alright, Comets. So all in all, we're getting 3 shots. We're just going to put everything into this guy right here.
Okay.
So 4s and 5s.
4s and 5.
No.
Okay. So 4 is going to 5 for concealment. Gotcha.
Yep.
All right. Any other shooting?
Nope.
All right. On to assaults. All right. So Jake's charging the Panther commander. We get 3 shots in defensive fire, hitting on 4s. That's 2 hits, Jake. Let's see. 2 saves. He makes it. All right. And he hits me on a 3.
Nope.
Yep. And I counterattack. Yes.
Oh.
And he's got 4. That's enough to come around. 2 swings on this dude. And we got him. And then we're just going to consolidate back up into the hedge so we can shoot back at your Comets. All right, Jake has charged his units into here. It looks like I'm only getting 3 shots from this 1 Panther at these guys. Looking for some 4s. So we got 1 hit there, Jake. Let's see, a 3-up save.
Got it.
Got it. All right, and then you got 4 swings.
Yep, so these 2 are just hitting at their normal and their gammon bombs. So those 2 swings, 2 hits from them.
Okay.
And then we have a Piat. He hits. And then a light mortar team, which is a 5 to hit. No, or not a 5, sorry, it'd be a 4 to hit.
Okay. So your gammon bombs are anti-tank 3, and your
yes.
Piat is anti-tank.
So we'll do 1 gammon on each, and then we'll do the Piat on the closest.
Are you doing the Piat on the top or on the side?
On the side.
Okay, so the side, my side armor, I believe with the Panther's 5, your Piat's anti-tank is 10, right?
I think, or it's a 9. Let me look.
All right, well, let's roll to see if we're even close. So we're resolving the Piat here first. Whoa. So I'm pretty sure it's a 10, but double check. I rolled a 5.
Yep, it's a 10.
All right, so that's a pen, so you need a 5-up firepower.
No.
So he
he's
is
fine.
bailed out.
You rolled a 5, right?
Yeah,
So
I rolled
that
a
equals-
9.
Oh, you rolled a 9. Sorry.
Yeah.
So yeah,
he's bailed out, and then the other hit, the AT3 against his top, is fine, bounces. And then this guy, AT3 against his top, bounces. So this guy is bailed out. I'm making a morale check back, which I do. Now, do I want to? Let me do some measurements and see what we can do. All right, so with this guy being bailed out, I'm going to take the safe route. Well, this is still very risky. He's going to try to break off. The only way he can break off successfully is by making a cross check, a successful cross check. If not, he's going to get captured. He can't get outside of 6 inches from this infantry team in this little field. So here we go, Jake. Looking for a 3-up to get out of your trap. Whew, we just made it.
Nice.
I'll go ahead and move those and be right back. Alright, so in the movement phase, I've got some important moving to do. These Panzer IVs are going to try to make a cross-check across the bocage there. I've already kind of pre-measured where they're going to end up, so I just need to make the rolls. The first guy on a 3+ is good, and the second guy is also good. And then they are going to do a follow me order on a
So move
4
him
plus.
first.
All right. So he's going to move 4 inches forward, and then the other guy will follow.
That.
All right, recapping German movement. My Panthers here, the HQ, are going to stay put to lay some more fire onto those comets. We made a bog check. The Panzer IVs are going to go, hopefully protect that objective from the Jeeps. And my Panthers have moved back to kind of protect this objective and slowly move over. These guys are as good as gone next turn. Their formation's already broken. And the Cromwell's going to be rolling a 4-up motivation every turn because he's the last guy in his platoon. So he's probably not long for this Earth as well. But until then, I need to worry about him a little bit. So other than that, we're going to go to German shooting. All right, so over here we've got 4 shots into the Comets. They are short range but concealed, so we're hitting on 5s. Let's see what we get. Oh, we got 2. So that's 1 for each. AT-14. Oh, so I don't think you can stop those. So we assign 1 to here and 1 to the guy up close. The closer guy is bailed out. The farther guy is destroyed. So just a super quick recap. We managed to kill another Comet, bail one out, so they're testing as well. So Jake has pretty much lost his anti-armor capabilities in this battle, but can that last? Cromwell be a hero, be the man of the hour? We'll find out. Turn 5 British.
Alright, so bailing back in the Comet.
He's
We
back.
do, see if he stays.
Alright, so unit check.
He does.
Oh. And then you've got a unit check for your Cromwells over there.
Yep, on a 4 plus. He stays.
And then your other formation auto breaks, so
Yep.
those guys are gone. So on to British movement.
Alright, so our lone Cromwell, he's going to try to blitz.
Alright.
And he does.
And the blitz, he ends up right there looking at the rear of those Panzer IVs.
Okay, so for the movement recap, my Comet has stayed put. This is the command unit of Jeeps, so they're going to back him up morale-wise. This unit of Jeeps moved over. These 2 tried to go through again, but they bogged. But I did get 1 through, and I put him right here. Over here, we successfully blitzed, and we're looking at the Panzer IVs, hoping to get really, really lucky.
Alright. So on to British shooting, turn 5.
Alright, so shooting right here. Normally you're 4s and 5s because of the bocage. So 2 shots. Nothing. Alright, so 2 shots from my Cromwell. We need 6s because it is long range and concealed. Nothing. And reroll. Nope.
Oh. And re-rolling for British Special Rule semi-indirect fire.
Alright, so for this guy, we're going to attempt to shoot and scoot. And we do. Alright, recap. We did nothing. End of recap.
Alright, so first thing these Panzer IVs is going to attempt is to blitz 4 inches forward. Let's see if we can do it. We got it. And after their blitz, they drove around, so that lead Panzer IV is contesting the objective and surprising that Jeep that's been trying to ramp over the bocage for 2 turns.
And that last turn you had was actually pretty important, because if you would have failed doing your blitz and then failed driving through the hedge, and I know that's a lot to fail, but you actually wouldn't have reached just because I put this Jeep tactically in the way.
Cheeky move. Alright, these Panthers are going to attempt to cross-check this first guy. Gets it. And then the company commander on a 3+ as well. Gets it. That's 8, 10. Hello, Mr. Comet. Okay, these two Panthers are going to be firing at that troublesome last Cromwell that refuses to run away. It is short range, but it is concealment through the wreck, so I'm hitting you on 5s. And we miss. Okay, over here, both Panthers are firing into the Comet. They have an open shot. That smoke is part of the half track, so it's not really there. So we're going to be hitting on 4s, 2 shots. And that's 2 hits. And then we got 3 up firepowers. He's double bailed, so give me a morale check, Jake. He's good. But he's bailed out.
Yep.
I'll do his separate. So these two are going to fire at this Jeep platoon that is causing me some trouble. His shots could actually go over there as well, so I'm going to roll his separate. He can really only target him. So hitting Jeeps on a 4-up. The guy in front scores 1 hit. And then the guy in back scores 3 hits, and that's the only guy that he can see. So if you want to make some 4-up saves, Jake.
So for this one Jeep, nope. And this guy over here, no.
Recapping German turn 5, not that great, but I did the important thing. My Panzer IVs are now contesting the objective, which is important. I did not destroy any tanks though, but I did bail out that Comet again. I totally flubbed against the Cromwell. So we'll see if Jake can get any fire on my Panzer IVs. If he can remount his tanks and pass morale, he might be able to do that. And then I'm in trouble. So on to British, turn 6.
Alright, so starting with the Comet, getting back in. He does. See if he stays on the board. He does! The bravest Comet ever. Hopefully he can hit something.
Yeah.
And then a sole survivor check for this guy. 4-up. Wow, he's good too. Alright, and now this lone Jeep, 3+. And he runs away. Alright, here we go. This Comet is going to try to blitz. It's a pretty big deal if he gets it off and crosses this hedge, so I'm going to try to do 2 hard things. So here we go, first one. Needing a 3. He does it.
Alright, that's a blitz. Now he's going to do a cross check.
Cross the hedge. No!
Oh, okay, so you're stuck where you are.
Alright, so recap for my movement. If any of you are wondering, the reason why I chose to do this is just because how movement worked. 4 inches up here wouldn't really get me anything on them, which would have been ideal, but they would have been 6s to hit, so I didn't want that chance. So that's why I tried to go over and get here, which was a huge moment. Let's see, over here we just shuffled around our Jeeps. We tried to hide these guys as best as we could. These Jeeps moved over here, and then our Cromwell had to move, staring at the Panzer IVs.
Alright. So on to German shooting, turn 6. I mean, sorry, British. British
What?
shooting. British shooting, turn 6.
Alright, this Cromwell, 1 shot, needing a 4 over here.
Alright.
And we get a 1.
Oh no.
Awesome.
And then over here?
1 shot. We get a hit the first time.
And it's AT 14?
Yep.
Alright, for number 10. Oh, firepower.
Of course.
Bailed out. Alright, recap.
Okay, so recap. Just like all the other turns, we really didn't do anything.
I know you had a good plan and your dice needed to go. They really only... No, they didn't go with you at all.
Yeah, we really needed this maneuver right over here to at least kill one of these to force you to get some sort of check.
Yeah.
We really needed 1 4 up there, but you know,
Yeah.
nothing is aligned as far as shooting wise.
So even if you wipe those guys out, they don't matter unless you kill the Panzer IVs as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, on to German turn 6. Alright, first up in the German turn, we're going to try to get back in our tank up here. We're looking at a 4+, and we're not getting back in.
Reroll from the commander?
Oh yeah, reroll from the commander.
Oh wait, he's bailed.
Oh, he's bailed.
No reroll from the commander.
No reroll from the commander. All right, we got some shooting here. We got 2 shots into your Comet, hitting on 4s. This time we're gonna get him. We double bailed him last time. 3 up firepowers, and the Comet is toast. And then over here, we're just gonna keep going with the shooting phase. One of my Panthers had to drive around to get a shot at this guy. The other guy stayed put. So it's going to be 3 shots out in the open at short range. So we're hitting you on 4s. Do you have an extra die there, Jake?
Yeah.
All right. So hitting that Cromwell on a 4.
5.
Oh, 5.
Short range. From the Panthers?
But they missed. Yeah.
Okay.
So the Panthers missed. Panthers missed. Hard to say. And then the Panzer IVs are going to be shooting, so that guy's going to turn his turret around. He's at short range, and then the guy behind is at long range. So it's 2 shots short range with concealment needing 5s. That's 1 hit, and then 1 shot at long range needing a 6. No. So it's 11 versus your front armor 6. Jake, if you want to roll a 4 or higher.
It was from this guy, right?
Yep.
So it might be my side armor too. Just from
No, it's going to be your front armor no matter what.
So 6, right? Because this
You
is
need
a short range one.
4 up to.
Front armor 6.
Oh yeah, you need a 5.
No.
So that's a pen.
No matter what it.
And let's see a 3 up. He's dead. He was brave, but with that, that's the last British tank dead.
With that, I concede.
All right, good game.
Game.
We're gonna go ahead and set up for a post-game show, but here's the battlefield at the end of the game. Well, everyone, there you go. It was a German victory. We actually didn't even figure out the score.
You only lost the one platoon, which is nothing, right?
Yeah, which is nothing.
Yeah.
So,
with 4 platoons, right? It's either like you get a little bit or the whole score.
All right, so I don't know about Jake, but I really enjoyed this game. I liked we weren't playing with a ton of points. We only played with 1,515 points, but we were also very elite. So the model count was really low.
Yeah, we had very quirky armies.
Right, and I think on the bocage table particularly, it meant that it was just a couple of models are all the difference at any one time.
Yeah.
You know, like there were 2 battles going on that really were totally disconnected to one another.
Yeah, which is funny. It's not what I wanted, because originally my first thought was to pull everyone back from this side and just run that way. But as soon as stuff started to unfold, you could see how I wanted to stay over here and whatnot.
Yeah. So as far as your MVP, do you have one?
No. We were saying, well, my British airborne, the platoon that was over on this side of the board, did particularly well just in the fact that they killed 2 tanks, which is a lot of points. But in their chain reaction to go after the Panthers, they actually murdered these 3 Cromwells. So they're not my MVP just for that reason.
They let the Panthers get full rate of fire.
Exactly, yeah, because when I charged and I did that, I failed, and then you came back at me. You basically got a free move back up to the hedgerow and then shot full rate of fire, which killed these 3.
Yeah, because I technically won that.
Exactly, and somehow that one Cromwell miraculously survived, but then he went on to do nothing. So they're not. I'd say probably the Jeeps, honestly, just being able to whiz around. It's easy for a little Jeep, in the SAS at least, to get morale going from whatnot. This list just really needs more of them. If you would have killed 3 Jeeps, that would have broken my formation over there too. So it was really just kill 2 tanks or find the Jeeps, basically, was the game.
Yeah, because you were down to 4 platoons.
Yeah.
At the end. Well, yeah, so your Jeeps would run away no matter what at the end.
Yeah, but they have solid morale, so you really got to kill all 3 of them because they're fearless. My morale was really lucky during this game, but nothing else was.
Your shooting was really bad.
Yeah.
Although I think luck was... I got a little bit better at the beginning of the game. I was terrible. My Panthers, they missed their ambush, but then the next turn they made it back.
My airborne failing gave you another turn, which sealed the deal for them.
So a couple of things that were big. One was I got reserves on turn 1.
Yeah,
Immediate
that
reserves.
hurt a lot too, because I was expecting, all right, it's only 33% chance. I'll box him in just so he can't bring Panthers on and kill my Comets right away. So I'll box him in, but I was hoping to get one more turn to at least dig in and go to ground before you came on,
Yeah.
which I think would have helped a lot.
Yep, or get you closer to the objective. If you would have had dug in airborne on that infantry instead of jeeps.
Yeah, it would have been a lot harder to get
Yeah.
there. And that was the ultimate goal, but once I split this way, I wanted infantry with my tanks, and I wanted infantry with my tanks on both sides, just because the combination of those two is so strong. It just didn't really prove that in this battle.
So I sacrificed my my Panzer Grenadiers to basically destroy that air landing platoon.
Yeah.
Did you think that was a good move?
Yeah, it's really hard. I love playing airborne, but I just feel like in version 4 they have this nerf just because I didn't play with them in this game, but I love playing with big engineering platoons, like 14 stands were my favorite. But now in version 4, it's almost kind of a waste because it's so hard for infantry to get into combat, and especially when you have one half-track that can do 3 attacks. You're pumping out 12 attacks in a small area when I'm getting maybe 4 in return.
Yeah. Now,
So
the downside
it's
of
tough.
that is when you kill one of my units, you're killing all the people inside.
Yes, it is dangerous, but right, if you assault in, odds are you're going to kill whatever's around with 12 attacks needing like 3s.
Yeah, and I flubbed that too, as like one half-track hit everything and the other half-track missed. I think I rolled
Yeah.
a couple of 1s and a 2.
And that was the other bummer about Airborne 2 was over here. Previous version, I think, like I had 8 stands still. I think 8 stands could have easily dominated this area just because in the other version you could get so many more guys in. But here I only got like, I think 3 in the first time. So then I'm equaling you, so you just crushed them.
You got 3 in the first time, I think 5 in the second time. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was good. And then this game I think could have changed at any time. If you would have got a little bit more lucky shooting at my Panzer IVs, you would have won.
Yeah.
If you would have made the cross check and fired 2 shots from your Comet into the Panzer IVs, you probably would have killed one.
Hopefully.
You
Comets-
should have.
The comments were brutally a failure.
Yeah, but that wasn't to be. Or if I would have, exposed them a little bit earlier, you might have taken them out.
Yeah.
So a lot of luck there. Plus those Panzer IVs, I think, bounced. Panzer IVs would probably be my MVP. They bounced a few hits.
Yeah, I got really lucky over here, and I did have semi-indirect fire, but I got 4 6s to hit you, but you bounced all of them. All I really needed was 1 to make you start making morales through all of this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just couldn't get it.
So the Panzer IVs were kind of my heroes of the match, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a really close game, despite what the score would say. I think at any point
Yeah.
the just a little bit more luck in Jake's shooting could have really changed it, and it would have been a reverse.
So what do you think of the comments,
What do I think of your? Well, I think
just in general?
I like the Comet. The Comet is, just for those guys who aren't that familiar with it, it's basically a super Cromwell.
Yeah, it's the pinnacle of Cromwell technology.
Same armor, right? Front 6.
It's +1, so it's front armor 7.
Front armor 7.
But right, that doesn't really matter against a Panther.
And it's AT-14.
Yep, which is solid.
So I think of it as an American. I'm an American player at heart, so I think of it as like an Easy 8.
Yeah.
With a little bit better anti-tank. You lose your mobility on a board like this, especially if you can't make your 3-up cross check, so that's a disadvantage.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, I like the idea of a fast tank that has AT-14 is kind of terrifying, but in Bocage, I think they can be hemmed in, and we saw you really didn't have much of a choice against those Panthers. You were either going to stay and try to slug it out and get lucky, or drive away, run away, and hope they don't track you down.
Yeah, and that's why I kept them. I know some people might argue, like, why didn't you start moving these Comets over right when those Panthers popped up? And the reason is because if I would have moved over, I wouldn't have got a shot on his Panzer IVs, and then he would have got a shot on me right away. And you're AT-11, I'm only front armor 7, so it's a good chance of killing a Comet as well.
Yeah. You keep them at long range. It's hard to use your bonus, which is semi-indirect fire.
Oh yeah,
on
on
a
this
like
table,
this.
yeah, semi-indirect fire really doesn't exist. Like I used it once.
Yeah, so that's where like Americans and stabilizers would be a better special rule on a
Oh yeah,
table like
definitely.
this.
I just think Comets in general, especially how the rules work now, unfortunately they won't probably get a points tweak for a while for Nachtjäger. But I feel like how they are right now, I think they are overpriced for what they do. It's a tank that doesn't know what to do just in this game-wise. It has speed, but it wants to stay still and shoot semi-indirect fire. So there it's already kind of twisting itself apart. And it's a really expensive unit. For those 3 tanks, that was 480 points.
Yeah.
Which is brutal for really weak armor.
For really weak armor. But, easy 8s, you're going to spend a similar price. But yeah, it's tough. But I'd like to see them in different environments. The other thing is the list. The Knockjaeger list is hard to.
Yeah, unfortunately,
build.
Comets, it's almost impossible to run a good list because it's either you run them like this, or the other alternative in Knockjaeger is you run them all Comets, which is also not very good because your army's like 7 Comets.
Yeah, it's very easy to break.
Yeah.
Because you don't have many options.
Once you pay for 7 Comets, that's basically your whole army.
So there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed this special Bocage themed Flames of War battle using our new Frontline Gaming Bocage map. If you did like this battle, please let us know down in the comments below. Go ahead and give us a like and subscribe. Also, check us out on Facebook at All Miniatures Great and Small. We'd appreciate if you checked us out, followed us over there. You can see what we're up to, what upcoming battle reports are coming, stuff like that as well. So, from us, thank you very much for watching, and keep on wargaming.